sonic art, touching souls, a brand new start. Rock and interview, stories shared, chill hangouts, no time spared. From soulful whispers to a roaring sound, music unites on hallowed ground. All things music, a vibrant call for one and all to give their all in this sanctuary where dreams ignite. Music's power burning bright. Rock and interview, stories shared, chill hangouts, no time spared. From soulful whispers to a roaring sound, music unites
Oh, hell yeah. I dig it. I'm digging it. I like it. Welcome to the Nonsensical Network and Glick's House of Music, your unofficial, that is really bright squirrel. Sorry. Your unofficial backstage pass. That was bothering me. If you're not already, go ahead and check us out. Bio.link/nonsensical network. All of our social medias, all them links, everywhere you can find us, listen to us, talk to us, chat to us, whatever. All right there. Don't forget YouTube. We've got the super chats available. If you guys want to drop a super chat, feel free. Greatly appreciated. Not required. Definitely helps the network. And before I forget, ladies and gentlemen, you've been asking me for it. You've been busting my balls about it, and now we have it. We've got shirts and tumblers available if they'll come up. We'll see. There we go. Hit us up on the social media if you want to get one. We'll get you all the details and all that fun jazz. We got the shirts and the tumblers with the Live Loud, Laugh Hard, and Stay Nonsensical with a sweet little logo that took me forever and a day to design. So, yeah, it's got all the shows encompassed in it. But enough about us. Enough about me. We're here for a reason. We got three kick-ass young gentlemen hanging out with us. You guys heard them kick off the show. I got to ask them right off the rip. But the guys from Flushed are hanging out with us tonight. We got Max in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's up?
We got Gage hanging out too. And Luke's going to want to fight me before the end of the night because I keep dropping his camera down unintentionally. But Luke's here too. What's going on, guys? Appreciate y'all taking a little time out of your evening and coming to hang out with me so we can let the nonsensical world know about what y'all are doing and what kind of music you got out there. I'm digging it, man. I'm really shocked. I'm gonna tell you guys right off the bat. When I first started listening to your music, I was like, ooh, okay, a little Alice in Chains, a little STP, a little of that 90s heavy grunge type feel to it with the long songs, little stories and whatnot. But either you guys got great parents or you just stumbled upon some great music at a very young age. So I got to ask you, where does your sound come from?
Too many places. Too many places, I feel like. And I feel like it's getting – I feel like it's broadening like every year. I mean, that we haven't released anything in a couple of years, and I already feel like some of our future stuff is going to be even more drastically different sounding because we've got so many inspirations.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say you guys took a little break off. I was looking at the music and there was a big gap in between when songs were coming out.
I didn't say anything. I guess I forgot about
But
that.
again, like you guys are still young and probably still trying to figure out you're growing into your style, who you are as artists and stuff like that. I'm assuming still learning every day. You guys said it behind the scenes, like we're still getting better. We're not quite there, but we're getting better every day.
Right.
I'll say, before I joined the band years ago, people would ask me if I'm in that Eddie Vedder Pearl Jam band, and they were referring to these guys.
You never told us that.
Yeah, on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
I can see that reference. You guys' sound.
Luke used to sound a lot more like Eddie Vedder than he does now. I think his voice has changed over the years, but I definitely get like when that would have happened, Luke's voice was definitely it's changed a lot throughout the years. So it's taken a lot of different inspiration.
Yeah, for sure.
It happens.
We starting out, we listened to a lot more grunge than we do now. I think as a whole, like we still listen to it a little bit here and there, but like that was definitely the inspiration towards the beginning. And I think it's kind of changed a little bit. And that's why I think our music's kind of changing and going in a different direction. Not completely, but it might have a little bit different of a sound, but it's still going to be Flushed, just a little different. Because I think we've listened to other bands and had different inspirations for different kind of music. So
No, I definitely think as artists, as you listen, as you grow, as you listen to more styles of music, it's definitely going to influence you guys, and especially as you get more and more experienced, and
right.
to find your distinct voice and your distinct sound.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to ask you guys, where did the name Flushed come from?
Well,
Luke, you got this one.
do I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see, how far do I go back? Max and I have known each other for an extremely long time. And we've, like, since we were kids, we were always like, man, I want to be in a band. And we started a band that had many stupid names over the years. And when we decided we were actually serious about what we were doing, we wanted to come up with a name. And I feel like we like sat on it for like days.
It was like 3 days. We were like really trying to think about what we wanted. We were trying to come up with the perfect band name that was also unique, something that other people didn't have, so we could just call it our own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
yeah, you got it.
you got it.
and we were just thinking one day, and I was like tired of thinking of things to say, and I was just like, "What about Flushed?" And Max was like, "That's good enough."
That's good.
We kept
It
it.
kind of just was, a desperation pick. We were just so desperate for a band name that we just settled on something because we were just tired of thinking about it.
Yeah, I totally understand that. As a guy who's had a lot of shows that I've tried out and maybe didn't quite stick, that's hard. Trying to come up with a name that's going to not only be original-ish, but also kind of catchy and grab people's attention.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the hardest things to do, because I mean, once you got that, and then you can just roll with it.
Right.
Well, it
And-
definitely does. It definitely does inspire people to ask us how we got the name.
Yeah, for sure. It's always the point of the conversation to ask where Flush came from.
Well, you could go anywhere, because
Right.
I mean, I've been trying to, like, there's some bands I can go, okay, I kind of got it locked in, like, but I'm also like, style of music is going to be like some kind of weird, like, you guys were just flushing shit down the toilet, and God knows what you were doing.
Yeah, we've made a lot of plays on words throughout the years. Kind of just made a joke out of the name a little bit, because people, everybody's gonna make a joke about it when they hear Flushed. It's like they're always talking about toilets. So we've definitely bought into the jokes here and there because of that. We have to. I mean, it helps, but yeah, we definitely have admitted that it's a little silly.
Hey, man, if it gets people's attention, and if it's on a marquee outside of a venue, and people are going to go, what the hell is that? And
For sure.
anymore, they'll jump on social media and try to find you guys, or
Right.
whatever. If and then they're going to go, oh, okay, cool. Let's go check these guys out. See what they're all about. So we could put asses into seats, which is a good thing.
Right.
So, because I'm assuming you guys, and I've seen a little bit on social media, you guys have got to do quite a bit of performances around. You're kind of in a good area, it seems like. I'm not super familiar with that area out there. Just kind
Could
of
be
what
better. Could be better. I mean, there's been some good opportunities here and there for us to play, legit shows. I mean, playing 3 hours at a bar is what it is. I mean, you're playing covers, you're trying to make money. That's one thing, but the real shows that we like are the ones where there's multiple bands. You have you're opening for a headliner. You got people coming in to watch you play music. That's the sole reason they're there, and those are the shows we really enjoy playing, because we get to play our music. We get to play as loud as we want, because no one's going to complain about it being too loud. And, those are the most fun, for sure. And there's been a couple chances for us to do that, but in our area, there's not a lot of venues. So I think, closer to bigger cities like Columbus or Cincinnati, we definitely would have probably more opportunities for those kind of shows.
Are you guys down, or have you gotten the opportunity to do a lot of traveling? Is that something you're looking to do to get out of your main area?
I'd say we've done a novice amount of traveling. Like we've branched out of the Ohio Valley a little ways. We went up to Mansfield once.
Shout out to the mothership.
Yeah, have we played? Yeah, shout out to the mothership. Have we played in Columbus?
I don't think we have.
Not
We've had
yet.
a couple of chances, but not chances, but like, hit or miss opportunities that didn't end up happening that were in Columbus.
We've played out through Wheeling, Cambridge. I guess that's the Ohio Valley. We're all through there. Every other place there. But
I mean, we've been to Zanesville, so the next branch from that would be Columbus.
Yeah.
We're slowly reaching out.
Now that Max and I are in college, we're out towards Cincinnati. So we were just talking about that today. We're looking to find some places willing to have us.
There's definitely some venues down in Cincy. That's for sure. And the Columbus area, Zanesville. I'm like right in the middle of Zanesville and Columbus, so
Right.
we've got some pretty nice areas around here.
Yeah.
But that's the nice thing about Ohio. I mean, you got the three big cities: Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati, and everywhere in between.
Right.
There's a lot of love for music in Ohio, and like you guys said, there's music festivals. People are already coming for the headliners, and that's a huge opportunity for you guys to attract new fans, and because you never know who's going to be in the audience. Other bands could be watching you and go, "Oh shit, these guys are good. Oh, we should reach out to them and say, hey, we need an opener coming up."
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of why.
Go ahead. I was
just
just going to say the moment where I felt like we were a part of scene the most would be like down in Clientele when we opened up for Dikembe. That was it.
Yeah,
that was
sure.
fire.
We've been chasing that high ever since, but we haven't had any opportunities like that. I don't even heard of the band Dikembe. They're a Midwest emo band from Florida.
Okay.
And they have a pretty large following. At least on Spotify, they have a good amount of streams, and they have a pretty large following. So they were traveling, I think, from Columbus to Pittsburgh, and they wanted to find a show. They had an off night. They were wanting to play something in between the two cities, and they played down in Clientele Art Studio in Wheeling. And we opened for them, and that was one of the most fun, probably the most fun I've ever had at a show.
It was so nice.
The mothership was pretty cool too, but
the mothership was cool. And I think it was cool because those were the times that we really got to be in our element. You know what I mean? You play so many bars, you play so many gigs that, I mean, the Ohio Valley is a very country heavy area. Not that I love country music, but like it's hard to find people that enjoy our niche of music. And when we got to go to those places and perform for people who actually loved that style, that did it for me. I mean, like I could play in Clientele's not a big place. I could play for crowds that size forever.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, if you're at a country and western bar, and then you guys come up there with your style, they're gonna go,
right?
What the fuck is happening here?
They'll soon be yelling "Freebird."
Yeah.
And I mean, we will for a paycheck, we'll conform, play some covers at a bar. You know what I mean? XP farm.
Right. The old saying is money talks and bullshit walks. So,
But it's nice to actually play our stuff in front of people who enjoy our stuff.
I think that's why we've kind of taken a little bit of time off. We haven't played a lot of shows recently. We're trying to really hone in on our original music, trying to record more material and get more material out there so that when, people that are booking for venues or whatever, they want material, you know what I mean? So we need to have more material, more songs, so, you know, they know we're good enough to play at those places. So we've been really trying to focus on getting songs recorded and out there for people to hear.
Right. Yeah. I think our big hurdle is like just how much we're putting out into the echelon, because we have a ton of songs, really, and not a lot of them are recorded. We're not very good marketers. Like, we're not very good about posting on social media, which is something I'm trying to figure out.
And that's something that we say a lot on this show is you got to feed the algorithm monster anymore.
Right.
That's how people are finding music. It's on social media.
Right.
And you've got to be. I'm guilty of it too. I hate social media. I'm terrible with social media, but I know I have to be better so that I can put art out there as well, because I'm reaching out to artists saying, "Hey, you want to come on my show?" And they don't know who the hell I am. They're like, "Who's this jerk off that wants to have me on and talk about my music? What does he know?"
Yeah. No, I think there was a lot of times where I've been like pretentious and thinking, yeah, man, my art should speak for itself. I should just be able to put what I do out there and it be good enough and people will like respond to it. And I mean, to an extent, that's true, I guess. But like, I can't just ignore the very like the reality that you have to learn social media and you have to be consistent on social media.
Yeah, unfortunately, in the day and age that we live in, it's vital. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You have to do it. You just wind up shooting yourself. Like you guys said, that's something that I'm learning, because I'm just a fan of music. I love music, but doing these shows, I'm learning that these venues, back in the day, you just said, "Hey, we want to perform here," and they heard about you from other shows or whatever. But now these venues are looking at your social media. They're looking at your followers. They're looking to see how much you have put out there, music wise, what your average listens are a month and stuff like that before they'll book you. And it's crazy to think that, because I remember growing up and you had your local bands that were usually playing every weekend at one of 6 bars or venues, and you could go see them all the time. And now it's like, that's not happening anymore.
Right. Yeah. I think it's partially like a symptom of just how like live music is anymore. It's not what it was when,
Yeah.
No. But I think I like what you guys spoke on, and you said, it's nice to get out of the bars and get to do your thing and not be stuck doing covers, because that's going to be another way you're going to get out there, and people are going to, you get people that in your local area that'll start going, hey, or not, maybe maybe not necessarily your local area, but here in the central Ohio or surrounding area, southern Ohio, whatever, going, man, these guys are good. You should have them come in here, and start pushing your music that way too, so that these venues are looking at you. The more you can do your thing, as opposed to covers and this, that, and the other. Hey, unless you set yourself up as a cover band. This is what we do.
Right.
So,
and I mean, like, I don't mind playing covers and doing cover shows, especially now that we're going to be out towards Cincinnati area. Like, we're definitely going to have to farm some cover shows to get our name out there, get other places that want to have us. And I'm fine with that. I enjoy playing live music for people, but it's definitely like a cover shows pay the bills. Well, I guess nothing pays the bills, but cover shows make you money, and the original works for the love of the game right now.
Yeah, but it's nice if you get into some of these venues where they're like, this is what we want you to do. But if you can, weasel in, like, all right, we'll come and perform, but can we do at least like 3 of our originals mixed in?
Yeah.
And my girlfriend, you guys' covers, my girlfriend just said that you guys do an amazing cover of Purple Rain.
Yeah. Where'd you see us at in St. C? Was it like on Route 40 or something?
Axis.
Yeah.
That's a cool
that was
really
when we played there on, was it the Saturday after Thanksgiving. like 2 years ago. That was probably one of the most fun shows I've ever played.
Yes.
That's what
Outside of a completely original.
Yeah, definitely
show.
the most fun I've had playing covers.
For sure.
That was the most.
It's a lot more fun when you have a crowd that's into it and really enjoys it. Because if
Really?
you're just sitting there playing background music for a lot of people that don't care, it's no fun. But any cover is fun to play if you have people getting up and dancing and having a great time to
Seriously.
your music.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the
like I'd
ultimate.
rather.
You don't ever want to be in some form of entertainment in a room with people that could give a shit less if you're there or not.
Right.
Or
Right.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
it's easy money, but it's not enjoyable money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
nobody enjoys playing those kind of shows.
Yeah.
Right.
Playing in an empty room is something else.
We have done that.
It has happened before. We have
And-
played a couple shows where nobody was there.
And it was a great time. I mean,
Honestly, yeah, it was.
when
It's
you
more fun
when you
than like 10
embrace
people
it,
being there.
when you embrace the fact that it's just you playing for each other, then you kind of all the ambitions of like performing go away, and you're just jamming.
Yeah.
We've got a band that's been on here. We've actually become pretty good friends. That's the cool thing about this show is unexpected friendships. But there's a band there out of Cleveland that I've become pretty good friends with, the lead singer and whatnot. They actually did a show in somebody's basement, and it was a freaking banger party.
I would love to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are actually.
I know.
I feel like those are actually like high likelihood awesome shows.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know there's
Hey,
is there a place somewhere where it's like a laundromat? Where's that at? Columbus or somewhere? There's like literally you play in a laundromat.
Oh,
No
that's down. There used to play. I don't know if it's still around. I think it was down on campus or down around campus at OSU. It was a laundromat / bar, and
That's so crazy.
People just doing their laundry and drinking. All of a sudden, somebody starts jamming out, and everybody's having a great time.
Yeah, I know basement shows are a lot more common where there's a bigger music scene. I know they happen frequently. If there's a big group of people that wants to come watch, but around us there's never anything like that. I mean, maybe in Wheeling I think there might be some metal bands that might do something like that, but we don't really fall in that niche, so we never are a part of anything like that.
And I would love to play at like a college house party. I would love to play on those shows. Just like you see those online and stuff. That would be so cool.
For sure.
What up, Bills? What up, everybody in the chatters box?
What's up?
Right.
Yeah, no, it was wild because we were going to try to go to this party, and he sent me the address, and I pulled it up on the maps. It was in some like rich neighborhood. This is not going to go well at all, but I guess it was a blast. I see pictures and videos. I'm like, that's just insanity. They're down in somebody's finished basement, just getting wild.
I don't know if it was on TikTok or Instagram or somewhere. It was like a listing of a house, and it like the basement had a stage, and it was like huge. There was a stage in the basement with a full sound system, just for basement shows, kind of like that. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I would love to have a house like that. Just hold your own house shows all the time.
Yeah, you just run it whenever you guys got the urge. You throw it out on social media. Kind of like a speakeasy. You have to reach out to us to get the address and the time and everything like that.
Right.
So
Secret basement. Go
I want
ahead.
to ask you guys, who does what in a band? I'm not asking because I'm an idiot. I'm asking because people that are watching may not know.
Look, you go first.
You go first. Okay. Well, do you want me to say everybody or just me?
We'll do it to ourselves.
Okay. Yeah, I play guitars and vocals, lead vocals most of the time, at least on what's recorded.
I'm the bass player. And I'll sing harmonies sometimes, but I'm in the background, just laying it down.
I'm the drummer. I just get sent back there and make noise.
Everybody knows the drummer is always the wild card. So they usually the spaz.
He's a pretty tame drummer, if I do say so, in a good way. You know,
I think
he has it.
it happens when I play. Like we're playing loud, like shows, like where everybody's into it. I'll show more of my true colors, but we're playing bars. It's not really like
Colors.
it's not really. I'm pretty tame because there's nothing to get excited about most of the time.
Hey, we gotta get gigs after this, bro. We can't say that stuff.
Actually, like I hate
I
it.
don't mean like I'm not playing as loud as I can at these bars. I'm like I gotta keep myself under control. I can't sit here and hit the drums as loud as I can, or we're never gonna get called back. That's what I mean for the most part. I'm not saying
Max Miller doesn't care.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I care. I have so much care.
See, he cares so much that he plays with temper. That's what he's trying to say.
Yes. He cares for the people who aren't listening. He doesn't want to disturb them.
He doesn't want to disturb them. I was gonna say, am I confused to this smooth jazz elevator music band that you don't want to disturb? It's
Yeah, we actually
listening background music. Man.
Yeah, that's actually what we play. All the stuff is a front. That's smooth jazz is the name of the game around here.
Max may be the only drummer in the history of drummers that care about the people in the audience.
Yeah.
I don't. If they're in the music, I'll be as loud as I want. But if somebody's like, there has been so many times where the bartenders come up to us and like, you need to be quiet. Like you're being way too loud. This has happened. Believe it or not, it sounds crazy, but it has happened countless amount of times. And nothing makes me more mad than when somebody tells me to quiet down. And even when there was one time where I was literally playing as quiet as I possibly could, and they were still telling me we were too loud.
I remember the night you're talking about. Like we like consciously played what we felt like was like egregiously, like dramatically quiet, and they still came up to us and were like, "Could you turn it down?" No,
like you can't turn down acoustic
can't.
drums. Like I don't know what you want me to do. I'm playing as quiet as I can.
Where was this at?
Why would they book a
Is it bad
live
to name
band?
drop the place?
Right? Yeah.
I mean, let him have it. I don't really care.
Yeah. Hey, I don't care. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. If I go to see a live band, I'm not going for quiet music. I'm there to have a good time and have a party. Don't tell the band to be quiet. What's wrong with you?
Bad PR is better than no PR.
Yeah.
That's debatable. Know. I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh, is it home base?
No. What are you saying? You're saying is that where was that?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
no,
it
was in Cambridge. Well, I'll say it was in Cambridge. I don't want to get posted on Facebook for bad mouthing a venue, even though it was the worst place I've ever played.
And let me say, like, we're not bad mouthing. It's a beautiful venue. We were.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's just not a place to have a live band,
or a live band like us, maybe.
But even we were playing like what were we? We were playing like the quietest like. We can play quiet music. Like we weren't playing anything loud. We weren't trying to make it quiet. It was just like little stuff. Like I think we were playing Eric Church when we were told to be quiet.
Yeah, I just like I don't know that. Yeah, it's just a hard venue acoustically to make work with, especially a full acoustic kit and stuff.
Yeah. No, I have an electric kit, but it's not good enough to play out live with. I just use it for practice for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like if you want to play there, you have to have an electric kit because there's like, in my opinion, I don't normally play that loud. I could play louder a lot of the times, but that place, they didn't like me, I guess.
Shout out to Billy.
Yeah.
Pretty much, actually. It was a place where a lot of older folks hang out for the most part. So I mean,
well,
but it wasn't.
I feel like. Oh, sorry. I feel like around
the audience enjoyed it.
Yeah, most like people who go out to see live bands are older around where we live, though.
True.
Yeah, like when you go out to bigger cities and there's a lot like a younger following, it's nice. But around where we live, a lot of the people are older. So that's why we want to branch out to bigger cities and places with more of a music scene, because our main demographic, or at least what we want it to be, is younger people.
Yeah.
Around our age, people that are young and want to enjoy our music. Anybody can enjoy our music, but like that's who we want to listen to our music. And some places around here that doesn't really happen.
Yeah, I know we have that I know we have like a very alternative, people like to say like 90s grunge kind of sound, but it's like I feel like you don't always want to get put in the box of something that's older, because like you don't want to be known as you have this old sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be pigeonholed either.
Right. Kind of. Yeah, that's what I mean.
You guys are still, to a certain degree, finding your musical voice and who you guys are. A lot of artists, man, that I've talked to, been in the game for a long time, and they're like, man, it took me 6-7 years to really discover who I was as an artist, and to lock down my particular sound, so to say. So yeah, and don't rule out all old people, because I take offense to that.
No,
no, 5 years.
You're not who we're talking about. You don't fall in that category.
Old is a state of mind.
Right. It's not about the person. It's about how they feel about the music.
You got to get out of here.
I like my music loud and hard. So
right.
No, you guys know any Kesha?
Funny you say that, Billy.
Kesha's
got our show.
We actually have a Kesha cover band.
Yeah, on the side.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. No,
Yeah, yes, I love Kesha, by the way. That's no disrespect towards Kesha.
Yeah.
And we're getting up there, Billy. We're getting up there in age, man. Don't let it fool you. But no, that's just crazy to me to think that a venue is like, we're gonna hire this band, but then we're gonna tell them to play quietly. Don't be excited. Don't be fun. Don't bother our.
At the same time, end of the show, we'll rip like a Killing in the Name of or a Sober, and we'll have people like my father's age like making the pit. They're moshing. They're thrashing.
Yeah, we've had like 50-year-old people like in the mosh pit having a great time, and that's great. I love when people do that. I don't consider those old people. 50's not old, but like that's what I'm saying. Like it's a state of mind. Like if you're there to have fun and listen to music, then you're as young as the music makes you. So I
shout out Craig. Shout out Craig. Manny.
You know what's crazy is that those songs,
shout out Kyle Jones.
Those songs always like get people going, and those are like heavy songs. And so sometimes I wonder if like we just need to have like a full set of just like straight up head banging like metal music.
Yeah,
at a venue that does not ever call for it.
Well, even when there's a venue that doesn't call for it, we normally play Killing in the Name, the last song, every show for the most part. And I feel like that song gets people more into it than any other song we play any other time of the night. Like no matter where we're at, no matter who's listening, that's how it is.
Yeah, you do that at the end of the show, and then they don't want you guys to keep playing. Like now everybody's amped up and revved up, and
right.
Yeah, the juices are flowing by then.
Yeah, I love the sound of getting into a mosh pit again, but my brain reminds me that we can't do that, and my body says, "Yeah, come on, buddy, we got it."
Yeah.
I got shoved in a mosh pit once, and Gage shoved the guy back. Do you remember that? We were at the mothership. We were at the mothership in Mansfield, and there was a band that played after us called Yellow Fever.
Yeah,
great band. They all were very
band.
talented. I think they've kind of went their separate ways. A couple of the members.
They just.
I think a couple of the members quit.
I think you're right on that though.
because I
Shout
saw
out.
I saw something on the Instagram, but
They're
they were
sick.
playing, and there was one guy that was just going around shoving everybody over, and this guy like shoved me almost against the wall, and Gage came over and just freaking put it to him.
He's-
Um, he's being the big brother of the group, I guess.
Well, there's mosh pit etiquette, and you're not following the rules. You gotta be put in your place.
Right.
he
I
was-
mean, that was my first time ever. I was 16, I think, at the time. So I was young. I had never experienced anything like that before, and I didn't even know if I was in the right place. I didn't. It was new to all of us. I think Gage might have been through it a time or two, but that was my first time ever being in a mosh pit.
I was a mosh pit veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billy wants to know what's your guys' influence?
Good question, Billy.
Yeah. So many people. I think on the tracks that are out right now, I mean, Alice in Chains is definitely an influence for us. I love that band. But I mean, like literally so many different people. I can't even. I'm a big Radiohead guy. I feel like they've influenced us. I'm sure you guys have some other names that I'm just blatantly forgetting.
Yeah. I mean, like, who for you, Luke? Who's like
Yeah, just like
guitar?
individually.
Who do you model your guitar playing? Like, personally.
Model my guitar playing. Man, I don't know. I can't say I model it because I'm not as good, but I definitely love I love Robin Trower and his whole album, Bridge of Sighs. I love his style of guitar playing. I love psychedelic rock, really, and that whole vibe. I love David Gilmour. He's a great guitarist. But
You also have a little bit of a John Mayer influence. You love John Mayer too.
yeah, when I was younger, I did like John Mayer a lot. I was like 12 years old. I was like, wow, this guy's good at guitar.
Fantastic guitar player. I mean, whether you like
he's unbelievable at guitar. Unbelievable.
Gage,
Go
what
ahead,
about
Max.
you?
Go ahead, Max. You go ahead.
All right. I don't know. When I was younger, my biggest influence was probably Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters. He was a great drummer, and his energy was just unmatched. He was just into every song, and it was so cool to me, especially as a young, inexperienced drummer. I had never really done that much, but he always stood out to me as somebody that I thought was super cool. More recently, I'm trying to think. I definitely well, I like Danny Carey a lot. I think everybody does. I mean, he's just a monster.
Yeah.
But it's hard to replicate his playing. Even if I think I can't, because he's just insane. And he's like 6'8". His arms are longer than my whole body, so he has this insane reach. Is so fast, but he's pretty good. I like his stuff a lot. And he's also in a jazz band on the side, which I think is really cool. A lot of metal drummers kind of dabble in jazz stuff too, and that's something I've wanted to get into more. Maybe not playing like live, but I want to add that to my repertoire, because I think jazz drumming is very hard, and I think learning that style would help me a lot in every aspect.
Yeah.
What do you
How
got,
about-
Gage?
Let's see. Well, my background in playing is pretty much very simple blues. I would consider myself a blues bass player more than anything. Back to the psychedelic rock thing. I'm an absolute Cream purist. I love every Cream song ever made. Jack Bruce is one of my bass guitar heroes. So I mean, just the dirt and the skill inspires me. Philosophically, as a bass player, I don't know if you've heard of him, but Victor Wooten is,
Yeah,
you know,
he's crazy.
I could never play like Victor, but just the way that he thinks about the instrument, uh, kind of gives me that flavor. And contemporary wise, I would have to say, man, what do I listen to? Like a Pino Palladino, D'Angelo. He played with John Mayer. Like just these pure blues jazz guys. I love all the alternative, all the heavy metal stuff. I love the Tin Can, but I mean, I just keep it simple, keep it straight, and just make it as funk as possible.
That D'Angelo album is so good with Pino on it. I
Yeah.
love D'Angelo too. Uh, that's what I'm saying. And like I didn't know who D'Angelo was when we dropped our EP. Like my influence has broadened so much, and it's gonna be our next project is going to be still gonna have the soul of Flushed, but it's going to be very, I would almost say, more inspired. You know
There you
what I mean?
go.
I mean, yeah, I think it's the experience of us playing. We finally kind of found what we enjoy playing more than anything, and I think those future tracks that we're working on right now will definitely reflect that.
Yeah, and you know the great thing about it, I think Eddie Van Halen had a story about how he discovered his signature sound with the guitar and everything like that. Was that there was guitar players that he was very heavily influenced by or looked up to, and just started playing with their different sounds and trying to, you know, make it his own, and then developed into that. An Eddie Van Halen riff when you hear it
Right.
right off the
Right.
bat. But that's, you know, you don't have to sound like somebody that you really like, but trying to, you know, borrow a little bit here, borrow a little bit there, and you start to develop and create your signature sound and what works best for you, and how you want your sound to be. Uh, and again, like you said, you know, your next project is going to sound different than what you guys have already done. You know, that's just a part of getting older and finding who you guys are as musicians, to be like Flushed. This is us.
Right.
Nobody else does what we do. Might sound a little similar, but they don't do what we do.
Yeah, I think, and I think, like Luke said, it was more inspired because you are right. Most of our stuff now, I mean, it's Flushed, but there's definitely a lot of influence, and you can tell from other bands. Like they're good songs, and they're still ours, but there's definitely some influence from other bands, and you can tell that. I think with our newer stuff, it's more of our sound, more unique stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I dig it. I like it. I mean, I'm a new fan. I'm looking forward to see what you guys do and see what you guys are coming up with. And the great thing about it is you're in Ohio, and it makes it easy to get out if the opportunity arises to come see
Right.
you guys concert and check you out. I mean, I'm in a great spot. I'm 2 hours from everything. I'm like right
Yeah.
smack in the middle of
Right.
Ohio. My girlfriend and I, we have a 4 hour window of travel to go see former guests of the show. Again, that didn't go as planned this summer just because we've been so busy, but we're still making plans. I know Luke and Max, you guys said you guys have been friends for forever and a day. How was the addition of Gage to the band? Did you guys go out and search, or did it just kind of happen?
Well, I will say we had experimented with other members before Gage, and none of them really worked out. None of them really fit in with us. And they kind of just, went their own direction and did their own thing. And that was fine. But none of our creativity really came until after Gage joined the band.
That is so
Like
true.
he has been the driver of our creativity, and nothing. I don't think any of this stuff would have been done without him, because he's kept us in check for sure, and he's
Yeah.
made sure things have gotten done, and it's helped so much. I think, Gage plays a huge part in writing our music. Also,
he was the
and
catalyst for getting out of the cycle of just it became. I mean, obviously, we're not making a living doing it right now, but it became like more of our craft, our work, and not just our hobby. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And Gage came along.
Because Gage had also been in the cover band scene prior to joining our band, and I think he was tired of it too. So he was kind of like, "Let's get something done. Let's make this real."
Rest in peace, Valley Sphinx.
Yeah, shout out Valley Sphinx. So I'll tell you a quick little anecdotal story here. So back in the day, these kids were probably 16. I was in my early 20s. I was playing with this cover band in town, same hometown as these kids. And there was like a friendly rivalry going on. And one day we get this message and it's Luke Taylor like flipping the camera off and he's like, F Valley Sphinx. And I was in the other band at the time. I kind of hadn't seen them play or anything like that. And so I was like, okay, cool. It's nice that they recognize us as we recognize them.
Yeah.
And I saw him play one time, and I think it was at Pumpkin Festival. Luke had like this shoulder length hair. It was perfectly combed.
It was perfectly combed.
Perfectly combed is a bit of a stretch.
And it was just Luke and Max, and I was like, man, I'm a bass player. These kids are way too good to not be playing a full band.
Yeah.
And it took a couple years for it to come together. And I think one time I messaged him and was like, hey, whenever you're ready for a bass player, let me know.
No, tell him what you said.
I don't. You'd have to. I don't remember. You go ahead. I don't really remember.
Luke, you got it.
He said, I'm on the F Valley Sphinx train too.
Yeah. I was ready.
Like, let me play with y'all.
I was ready to jump ship at that point, because, I mean, I can't speak for other musicians, but there comes a point where you have to decide whether you want to be that cover band or you want to be, you want to have an identity as a musician and you want to project whatever creativity or, things that you have. And these guys were already doing it. Their originals were crazy good. I mean, Luke Taylor's an amazing songwriter. They're both insanely good musicians. So, I mean, it was just a matter of like logical choice for me. And like they said, I was the catalyst for them. I saw the potential and the talent in them that I, as a 27-year-old man who's played with a lot of people, can't really say that any of them are any better than these two. And they're 21 and 19 years old. So they're the real deal. Shout out Scott Whitaker.
None of us would be here without Scott. At least I wouldn't. And Luke probably
Scott.
wouldn't either. So
Scott would be great on this show.
Yeah, you need to get Scott on the show. Just
we'll make it happen.
I'll reach out.
Your live is going to be minimum 3 hours long, though.
Yeah, he'll talk your ear off.
I do 6 hours on Saturdays, and I had to button this show up to 2 hours because I love a guest that's easy to talk to, man. The time flies by, and I've had multiple shows of this one. I've had one that went 6 hours, and I've had multiple that have gone 3+ hours just hanging out, talking with guests. It was early on when I was first starting. I had a really, really good Southern rock band out of Northeast Ohio. And we were all drinking and having a good time. And next thing I know, I looked up at the timer. I said, holy shit, we're at 6 hours, boys. But I've had other guests on where we've gone 3 hours, almost 4 hours, just because it happens sometimes. But I've gotten cleaner now where it's like, all right, we got to button this up. I'll have you guys back. Don't worry.
But yeah. Scott's a talker for sure. That'd be an interesting.
I'm always
Gotta
down
have
for
him on the show.
suggestions. If you guys know other bands or other artists out there, absolutely send them my way, and I'll check them out and reach out to them. I'm always looking for new guests. Uh, so, but no, it's. I mean, I like the middle finger
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
Can you
This
share?
guy-
Can you
that was a
find it?
different-
Can we find the video, the photo?
We
Put
don't
it up
gotta
here.
find it. We don't
I want
gotta-
to find the photo.
Come on.
That was a different. That was a different time in my life, man. That was a
regardless,
different time.
Shout out Devin, Blair, and Klaus. Love you guys.
Yes.
Regardless,
Yes. Love them. Love them.
I wouldn't be the musician I am if it wasn't for playing with them early on.
Well, and that's the thing. I think you hit it. You hit it. Thanks, Billy. I appreciate that. Even with all the technical difficulties, I think you hit the nail on the head. Is that you reach a point where you want to pursue this, and you're only going to go so far doing covers. You're only going to branch out so far doing covers. I can really only think of one band off the top of my head outside of like some of these bands that have had the blessing of big name bands that's kind of blowing up as a cover band, and they're the Spasmatics. They're freaking everywhere. They travel all across the country. All they do is like 80s and 90s cover songs, and they dress like nerds, and they just have a good time and they have fun. But that's doing what they are. I think every artist, like you guys said, you reach a point where it's like this. You're at that fork in the road. Do you want to be known as an actual artist, or do you just want to be known as guys who play quietly in the corner?
Cue Crossroads.
Yeah, there are a lot of great cover bands, and if that's some people that's what they want to do, and they do an absolutely great job at that. I've watched a lot of cover bands that, especially when they pick like a specific style of music they do, and they really go all in. They dress a type, they really give that vibe. I think that's one of the coolest things ever. That's not what I want to do, but I do not hate on them at all for doing that. That is awesome, and I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, I saw an Eagles cover band in Coshocton, an Eagles tribute band. They were like legitimately incredible. So they all could sing. They all were great singers, and they were all great instrumentalists. I was like thoroughly blown away. Because the thing with tribute bands, like especially with really popular bands, you have to be like, you're either gonna come off really, really good or really, really bad, because people.
And then the bar is high for the tribute bands, because they expect you to sound exactly like the band that they're you're tributing. So you gotta really master that craft, or else you're gonna get dissed on hard.
But they like nailed it. What was their name? I think Seven Bridges. So shout out Seven Bridges. They were.
Oh, I know who that. Okay, I know who you're talking about now. Yep, I know who you're talking about. I think I've seen them.
And they have a younger guy like our age in that band, and he's incredible.
I've
they make a lot of money too.
I bet
those guys make a living doing that kind of stuff.
I've said it to artists that have been on this show. They do covers, and some artists that you cover, you really got to bring it, because if you half-ass it, there's a young lady who did that. She's actually a really good friend of the network, and she's been on a million times at this point. She just kind of tells me when she's going to be here and make it happen for her. She did an amazing cover of Jimi Hendrix, and I told her the first time I talked to her, I said, that took some big ass balls for you to do a Jimi Hendrix cover, and she nailed it. She absolutely crushed it. But she does her own music. She was just one of those like one-offs. She liked the song and she did it. And if you do covers, either make it your own and be really good, or you better bring it if you're doing covers. There's something to be said though. Especially, and I hate to keep bringing up your guys' age because that doesn't matter, but for as young as you guys are when you got started, to have that mindset already that this is what we want to do, this is where we want to go, and then you just need a gauge to kind of come in and give you that extra little and guide you. It's just we all seen that hand movement, and we all know what that means. So sorry to whoever that happened to. Um, so we've kind of brushed up on it, but I want to talk a little bit more about your guys' writing style. You know, is it something you guys all three do together, or is one of you more of the writer than the other, and then you guys just kind of bring it together?
It's more of a where are we pointing?
I don't know.
Pointing at you.
Technically, I'm pointing at you.
It's
not,
weird.
it doesn't look that way on my
You know. I'm pointing. On my screen, Gage is pointing at Luke. On my screen, I'm pointing at Luke. I don't know.
Well, they, as of right now, I do most of the lyrics and stuff, but as far as the melody and the instrumentation goes, it's really collaborative, and there's a lot of times where I'll have an idea for something. It really depends on the song. Sometimes I'll have an idea for something and I'll be all stuck up and like, this is how it has to be. And other times where it's super fluid and it ends up being completely different than what I thought it would end up being. But I remember one time Gage and we were just like messing around, and I swear we wrote like 4 songs that we still play in like one sitting. And that was a pretty cool moment.
I mean, the other two definitely do most of the hard parts. I help a little bit, but Gage and Luke both, are creative enough. They both can write melodies, guitar parts, and lyrics, and I trust both of them to do that. They both are great at that. But I definitely think as a collective, we all write our own parts. There's no telling each other what to do for the most part. We all kind of do our own thing, and it works out perfectly. We have really good chemistry, and I think that helps a lot in the creative process, because we kind of we know what to do, and it when we put it all together, it sounds really good.
Yeah, we really do have like great chemistry. We really got lucky.
Yeah, and like I said, we had experimented with other members before, a different bassist, a lead guitarist, and just the chemistry wasn't there. I mean, it was fun for a little bit, but things, we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of different things, and I think that's what ultimately led to us going our separate ways. But with Gage, the creativity is there and the chemistry definitely is there, and I think that's why we've stuck together since, I think it was June of 2023 when Gage joined the band, and all of our songs that we've released have come since then, and they probably would not have came if Gage did not join the band. So I think finding that chemistry, we did get lucky, and ever since then we've made a lot of good progress as a band.
And like there were times when, recently, like I've brought up the idea of potentially bringing in another guitarist or something, because I've been getting into, I just got a new keyboard and I've been getting into the keys a lot, and so that's been inspiring me in different ways. And it would be nice to sometimes have another, maybe a more like lead focused guy, and I can handle rhythms and keys. But like Max and I have talked about this so many times, we can't just bring any super talented guitarist in. There's plenty of great people and plenty of people who are more than like on paper fit to be in the band. But we've got a really, really good thing going on with the chemistry between us, and that would be more detrimental to us if we brought in a really good person who could not like vibe with us at all.
Yeah, and I think that's why we kind of all have equal say when it comes to that kind of thing. If we, want to bring somebody into the band, we all have to feel it. You know what I mean? One person's feeling, the other two aren't. It's not going to work. You know what I mean? So we all are kind of, a part of that process. And we haven't really found anybody as of right now. But if that comes in the future, we got to make sure we find the right person for sure.
Yeah.
No, chemistry is very, very important at the end of the day. You know.
We're at a place musically when we're playing live, for example. I like me and Max. I know when I like there's just a certain this is a musician thing. Like there's an intuition where you sort of have this telepathic bond with somebody. I really have this with Max
Literally,
and I have it with
literally.
Luke. Like we can on a drop of a dime, okay, let's syncopate this line, and we don't even have to like we just look at each other out of the corner of our eye. We can feel that sort of thing. It's just
Yeah,
Yeah, for
magic,
sure.
really.
And that's never happened with anybody else. Like I've
yeah.
sat in a lot of different bands, and that hasn't happened with anybody else. So I
It is.
definitely agree with that.
It is weird. It's like kind of freaky how on the same wavelength we can be sometimes. Because like we don't have an MD mic. We're not making like call outs and stuff. And
Yeah.
sometimes we will just literally give a nod and hit some weird syncopated like way to finish out a song. And we do it. And it's like exactly what we expected to happen. Sometimes it doesn't work. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes but like most of the time it's
Yeah.
kind of scary how in sync we are.
No, we joke around, especially on Saturday nights. We have one brain cell amongst our regulars on the panel, and we are either all in sync or we're fighting for custody of that one brain cell throughout the night.
Yeah, it's like a hive mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Billy asking?
Billy was asking, what comes first, music or lyrics?
Yeah,
Luke.
he said he was always curious. Well, let's try to get back up there. Try to understand is how do the lyrics are put into the music, or is the music out and then or music to lyrics? So which comes
It's
first?
definitely music. Definitely music. And sometimes the music changes, like I said.
Right.
But I have tried to do lyrics and music, but lyrics first, and it doesn't make sense in my brain because like I don't know, and I'm not saying I'm the greatest lyricist ever, but there's like I'll hear like a cadence of a melody or something, and like I can't just like force these words to fit into it all the time. You know what I mean? Like I need the music so that then I can hear what might be a melody, and then I can find words or like that have like syllables that will sound right to me, I guess. You know what I mean? Because you ever hear some songs that just have like I feel like the words are not well placed.
Yeah, they're
It's like
almost forced.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and like I
yeah.
couldn't. That would 100%. That is what happens when I try to do lyrics before music. Now other people can do that, and that's awesome. That's just not the
Yeah.
way my brain works, I guess.
I also think like you don't always know what you want to write the song about
Right.
when you're figuring out your guitar part or bass line, whatever you're trying to figure out. You don't know what you want your song to be about until after you map it out like that. So I think you kind of have to go through that creative process of figuring out the different parts of the song and writing your music before you decide what you want the lyrics to be. So I think that I agree. I think music definitely, at least for us, comes before the lyrics.
Now sometimes I will have an idea of, or like I'd say most of the time. Sometimes like the song you played to start off, those lyrics like I don't think they make any sense at all.
Yeah.
We and normally like I think that's the one song we've ever done that have lyrics that make no sense. But but most of the time I feel like I have an idea of like what I'm writing, because usually what I'm writing is either an extension of my own feelings at the moment or some like weird story I want to tell or something, or maybe old feelings, whatever. But I'll have like an idea of something, and I will try to come up with some music that in my head expresses those emotions and those feelings of that vibe, and then I'll put lyrics to it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Kind of get that that sound out. How you want it to, that
How I want it to
because
feel.
the music itself, not necessarily the lyrics, are going to affect you emotion. The fans are, you hear any Slash solo or Jimi Hendrix when he would go into solos, or these old blues guys, BB King or Robert Johnson, whatever. A lot of times it wasn't necessarily the songs, it was the sound,
Right.
that would really draw you in. And really, Clapton was one of those guys. He'd just start going to town on the guitar, and you're like, I have no idea what he's saying anymore. I'm lost in the music.
I feel that so deeply. Actually, the John Mayer solo on Gravity on the Live in LA album that he released. And what was that? Early 2000s. He played Live in LA and he played Gravity. And that solo, just the way he played it live in that moment, expresses so much emotion. At least to me, when I hear it, I'm like I feel what he was trying to express in the lyrics more than I actually felt it in the lyrics.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Off of that,
go ahead. Oh, Max, go ahead. I was going to say, no, I've never been a big Nirvana fan. I don't like Nirvana. I like Dave Grohl. Thank God for Dave Grohl. But that Nirvana Unplugged, it was probably one of my favorite MTV Unplugged ever. Just stripped it down to just Kurt and an acoustic guitar was wild. It brought a different, you felt the music different, you heard it different, and it's still one of my all-time favorite unplugs, just because of that.
That's another one of those moments. And Where Did You Sleep Last Night? That's another moment like that. I mean, Kurt starts going wild on the vocals, but my favorite part is how almost aggressive that cello in the background gets. That's what really starts driving it for me. I'm like, oh shoot. You know what I mean? That's such a good part.
Off of that, what would you guys say your favorite? I kind of want to know because I never really. What are your favorite solos? If you had to pick a favorite guitar solo, the one that really stands out to you. I know you kind of already said the Gravity one. I kind of have one that sticks out in my head.
That's one of them. There's so many. There's one Derek Trucks solo that's really, really good. I forget which.
Derek Trucks is just.
Derek Trucks is incredible. He's incredible. I remember one time I heard him and I was like, man, I'm gonna play the slide guitar. And then after about 10 minutes, I was like, I could never do what he does. He's so talented. I don't know. You guys go first while I think of this.
I have one. It's kind of an oddball one that doesn't really. I like the song, but for some reason, ever since I heard this solo when I was 11 years old, I have loved this solo ever since. It's the solo to Blackbird by Alter Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
That solo is just gives me chills every time I hear it. That's such a great solo.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yeah, I got to think about a couple others, but that one's
yeah. I'm kind of blanking.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you know them when you hear them, but off the top of your head, that one's the only one I can really think of off the top of my head.
I have a deep cut.
What's yours?
This is very personal. Okay, it's Alive. It's Grateful Dead, Cornell 77. The second solo Jerry takes on Loser is an absolute banger. If you don't know that, listen to it. He's doing crazy pinch harmonic stuff. I mean, if I was a guitar player, Jerry would probably be my hero.
Yeah. This This is less emotional, more just impressive. I mean, everybody knows the song "Cliffs of Dover" by
Mhm.
Eric
yeah.
Johnson. He's just the way. I've never been a particularly talented like shredder or like lead guy,
Yeah.
but the way he like the way he shreds is like it's perfect. His note choices are so interesting, and it's not just your typical pentatonic blues scale stuff. It's just like, I don't know, it's mesmerizing. You know what I mean? Obviously, all of David Gilmour's solos are good, are like so
Yeah,
good.
I was actually gonna say I don't know if it's considered a bridge or like when the music changes in "Hey You" by Pink Floyd. That song,
Mhm.
that is such a good. I mean, it's not really a solo. It's kind of just like a riff that he does, but that is such a cool. That's one of the coolest parts in a song that I've ever heard.
Mm.
That's
And
sweet.
the live rock and roll Hall of Fame induction where Prince does that solo.
Oh, that's
on
so
I was
good.
My
just
Guitar
thinking about
Gently.
That
that.
that song is so good.
While my
Yeah.
guitar gently weeps.
Pretty
Yeah, that's
cliche, but that is
such a
absolute.
good.
Well, you know what? It's cliche for a reason.
Right, right.
They're so good. I'm trying to think of.
Because it's, I
I'm
mean,
definitely.
that's one of my all-time favorites. For a Beatles song that they brought in Clapton to do the solo on, but Slash November Rain is a good one,
Yeah.
and I say that I always loved it, but actually getting the opportunity to just see them live and see him perform it live a few years back at Louder Than Life, it just it hits so many emotions all in one.
Mhm.
Right.
Wow.
So
That's
You know
awesome.
who's Tyler Childers? Max and I saw Tyler Childers live, and his entire band is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah, they're
His
really good.
guitarist was super good. I love some lap steel guitar,
Yeah.
and they nailed that. I
Billy,
know
that's
I'm
what the
missing some.
box is for. You can never text too much. You're all good, brother. Chat away.
Shout out Billy.
Yeah, shout out Billy.
Yeah. So let's talk about the future and what you guys as much as you guys want to, what do you got coming up? What some projects you got coming up and music wise? You guys, you said you're working on some stuff and some things. You
Yeah, Gage and I just had a little writing session the other day at his place. We spent some time working on some stuff, fleshing out some ideas. Um, obviously, we've got obviously Max and I are going to be headed to the western end of Ohio here soon. And a big thing for us is I really think that that's going to help us a lot, being over there and being in a bigger crowd with with more people who have
Mhm.
different music tastes. Because you like where
Yeah.
we are, there's just we've never had like a lot of room to expose people who like our music to our music. But
Yeah.
I think when we get over there and we play some shows, that's going to be huge for us, and that's going to at least dip our toes into the water a lot more than I feel like we'll expect it will.
Yeah.
But we
And
just
word
need to,
spreads quick for sure.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you get a couple people that like you got a big crowd like that. You get a couple people that like your music. It won't be long before you have a large following
Yeah.
just because of
hopefully.
word of mouth.
Yeah, and
Well,
all right.
I tell people that all the time. You get for us, for instance, maybe 10 people watch our show. Well, maybe 3 people like it. Well, those 3 people go tell 10 people, and et cetera, et cetera. Not all 10 are going to like it, but that's, it starts to grow. And then you guys become more recognizable. And especially when you're able to do more your own thing and not necessarily have to rely on covers or this, that, or the other thing. When people get to know who you guys are as a band, that people are like, oh, heard this by Flushed, and they're gonna go, who the hell's Flushed? Well, here, check them out. You know?
Yeah, I think before, at least I've always felt like our focus needs to be on like being super duper creative and or super like focused on this craft all the time, and it is, and we are. But I think that we know, I think that we are where we want to be creatively, and I don't think that we need to spend as much time like stressing about like spending 8 months not releasing anything because we want to create the most profound piece of art ever. I think we already have the capacity to create super profound and memorable pieces of art, and now we just need to like in this age market ourselves. I think that's our big like stepping stone we have to cross over. We need to post on social media. We need to be consistent about it, because we have, in my opinion, we have good music that people would like to hear, and we just need to get it in front of the right ears. I saw a video the other day. I don't know if you know, now I'm blanking on his name. What's his name? He Hudson Freeman. His song, if you know me, such a beautiful song. I love that guitar riff so much. That's another really good guitar riff. But I saw a video about it because he posted a video of him playing his song, and it blew, and it like went huge. But the video I watched talked about how that was the 11th time he like posted that specific cut of the song, and nobody like saw it or cared about it until then. And so that just reminds me, like, because sometimes you'll get into the habit of like, you'll post a video of your song and it gets like 40 likes, and you're like, oh, I guess my song's bad. That's not necessarily true. It could be true, but maybe you're just not, you just don't have it in front of the right eyes, or you're not presenting it in the right way. You know what I mean? And so
it hasn't fallen into that right algorithm yet. That's where we came up with the phrase, or I came up with the phrase between this show and the comedy show. You got to feed the algorithm monster. I mean, even if you're promoting one song and you drop 15 videos for it, you know, for your, you know, somebody that's already an established fan, they might go, Jesus Christ, I've already seen them promote this song 20 times this month. But there's still a whole world out there that may not have seen that song or that right video or that right hashtag or whatever hasn't clicked yet. So, you know, unfortunately, that's the world you live in as entertainers right now, and trying to promote yourself. And you got to have that consistency, like you said. It sounds like
a large part of it also is like I said earlier, we need to just record more music and release more music, get ourselves out there a little more. So when we play, you know, try to get in these venues, we have material that they want to hear. And the way we're kind of going to go about doing that, you know, in the next couple months, we're trying to go like the EP route instead of like the album route, just because EPs, you know, it's a project, it's a full project. It's not just one song, but they're short projects. They're a little easier to manage, especially with our tight schedule. But at the same time, they're complete pieces of work that we worked hard on. And I think they can allow us to kind of dip into kind of, you know, the concept of the albums, but not without, you know, committing all of our time and effort into creating a, you know, 15 song concept album or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what we're focusing on, you know, in the next couple months.
And I would love to release a full project, but you gotta, but like, especially with the way we're marketing, especially with the way marketing is now, you gotta think, like, how are people going to digest it? Or, you know what I mean? How are, like, it's almost wiser to be able to consistently release smaller segments of music
Yeah.
because that calls for more consistent marketing opportunity.
One
I
hundred
think
percent.
once we build a following, like, after those EPs are released and after, we kind of have a following and have, the budget to get into a legit studio and record a studio album, that would be great. And that's, ultimately the goal. But to get there, it's a lot of time and effort to make a full album. And just with the resources we have, we can't really get to that point right now. So it's easier to kind of go the EP way and, get ourselves out there a little more to hopefully, get to that studio album in the future.
And you're putting music out, and that's ultimately that's one of the most important things is that you're putting music out and you're putting new music out there. So you are going to these venues or reaching out to bands and saying, hey, are you looking for an opening? They'll be able to see, like, you guys have a portfolio of music, so to say, and you're not just
Right.
coming in half-assing it, and you're not gonna come in there with 2 songs and then be like, all right, we're done, see you guys later, thanks.
Right. And we have a large portfolio outside of the music we've recorded.
Yeah.
We have so many songs just like on the shelf that we play live and know by heart. We just haven't recorded them. So, I mean, when we play live, there's no question that we can't, we won't have enough material. It's just getting into that position of being able to play that music is the problem. People wanting us to play, but we have the capability to do so, and we have the material to play live. And I don't think they would regret it if we played there. It's just convincing them that we're good enough and, fit for the spot.
And you're right. It does take just getting more material out there at some point. Like, people are that's just more for them to either like or dislike.
Or just like,
Right. And I think we all 3 of us suffer from perfectionism.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to recording, mixing, mastering, and that only slows you down. And
I've found, some of my recordings, on the drums are far from perfect. And I think I found that I like some of those imperfections more than I would like it if it was perfect. Because there are some parts, the listener ear would never catch it and would never notice when I messed up because that's how it's supposed to sound to them. But to me, there are a couple miscues and things that are, aren't the way they were originally supposed to be that we left because we like the way they sound. I think that adds a little bit of character to the music. And I think that's definitely a nice thing that we have control over as musicians.
Yeah. And yes, Billy, they do. They have a YouTube channel with some music on there. And I dropped the ball, but I will fix that, and I will tag your guys' YouTube channel on our YouTube channel.
yeah,
So,
Flushed, not to be mistaken with Flushed Away, the animated mouse movie.
no, as a recovering perfectionist myself, I totally understand, and I actually that's the great thing about doing. These shows are live. There's nothing edited. When I post up the audio for the podcasting platforms, I don't edit anything anymore. I used to go back and I would listen to every show, and then the next show, like next week, I would have a guest, and I would listen to this one, and then I would sit there in my head and pick apart. Oh, I screwed up here. Oh, I should have said this. Oh, I should have asked that, and then that's screwing me up on the next show because I'm overthinking it, overcomplicating it. So now it's just like, look, it's real, it's raw, it's live. What happens, happens, and I'm not gonna stress it too much.
How have you gotten over that sort of perfectionist itch?
Yes.
I don't listen now. It's different for me because obviously you guys have to but I stopped listening to the replays. I also realized that I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to screw up. I'm going to stutter, but that adds a level of genuineness and authenticness to it as well, to where people are going to relate more to it. I've said it before, like, you guys are live. If when you reach a point where you're filling a venue by yourselves, 200 people, 300 people, they're already fans of your music. They love your music. Now they've come to see the performance. So if you miss a note on the guitar, or Max is in his don't give a fuck mode and not really back there drumming, they don't care as long as you guys put on a show and you're having fun and you're feeding off their energy because they're going to feed off of yours. So just realizing that moment, I think that's my biggest thing, is just realizing I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes, and that's either going to be one of those charming characteristics that people love about me, or it's going to be one of those things that the haters are going to pick apart. Which again, if they're hating, they're still watching, so you're still a fan.
That's right. That's right. Huh.
Yeah. So
Write that down. Write that down.
yeah,
Yes, Billy, we're on
they're just
any platform, Spotify, Apple Music, anything you listen to music on, Amazon Prime. Just look up Flushed or any of our songs, and they'll come up. You might have to look a little bit. We're not really the top result all the time, but you can find us. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just saw that in the chat.
Give us your mail address. We'll send you a USB.
Yeah.
We got you. We'll burn a disc for you. Can we talk about that real quick? That was so fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen,
talk about whatever you want.
all right, so I'll preface this. I don't know if you guys ever publicly sold merch. Had you at that point?
No,
We
not
Oh,
not
no,
until
not before.
not before
that
that.
was the only time we've sold.
That was the only time, not even publicly. That was just like we hadn't made. Well, actually, that's not true. Luke had a couple shirts made for himself, like kind of tester shirts. We were planning on doing something and never actually ended up, doing it. But that was the first time we ever did any merch.
So I think Max, you headed up the CDs, right?
Yeah, so I had to burn 100 CDs. So when right before we released our EP, we burnt CDs of the EP and sold them when we played at the Pumpkin Festival.
Have you heard of that?
The Pumpkin Festival.
Where at?
Bartlesville.
Southeast Ohio, before
Okay,
Wheeling.
not that one, but there's a pumpkin festival.
Circleville one. Yeah.
Yeah, Circleville.
Anyway.
Well, yeah, you finished, Gage. You were...
No. I was asking him if he knew where the Pumpkin Festival was.
Well, we burnt the CDs and we got shirts made. I think we got 100 shirts made, 50 of each design. We have 2 different designs. And when we played there, we had a huge stage, pretty large crowd, and we had a little merch table set up. We sold merch and CDs, both, and we did a little package deal. Like you got a deal if you bought both at the same time. And we ended up making a bunch of money from that, like almost $800 just from merch that day. A lot more than we were getting paid to play at the festival. And I still, to this day, I'll be out in public and I'll see people wearing our shirts just around town or wherever. And I just think it's cool that, that's kind of a piece of us that lives with them all the time. So
it was a feel-good moment where you knew like the community had your back and they valued you enough to support you. And the shirt was drippy as hell. It was like a dragonfly with the flush. Yeah. We'll have to get you one, Glick, when we get another batch.
Yeah.
See if I
dig it, man. I've got a few shirts from some of my former guests. I think it's cool, and that's why I said you guys get back up doing shows. Well, I would love to come out to see. I mean, that's just another way to come out and support you guys, and buy merch.
For sure.
Have those of you who can have a beer.
Yeah, we'll have a beer. Like, we'll drink one.
Yeah, and I like it because sometimes I'll wear the shirts out and somebody will go, "Oh, who's that?" And then I get to say, "Oh, well, this so and so, James Luker, who was in here. I've got one of his shirts. It's James Luker. Check him out. Is that one of your guys'? Or
shout out Valley Sphinx.
That's Valley Sphinx. I wear that shirt all the time. That's one of my favorite shirts. And the band doesn't even exist anymore.
Okay, let's see.
It's a relic. It's literally a relic.
This is Ancient Antiquian t-shirt. I'm pointing the wrong
I mean,
way.
I'm trying to get the picture of the flushed shirt pulled up.
Home of the
One
CU San Lucas. What is that? CU San
Yeah,
Lucas.
what is that, Billy? I don't know if that's a frat or.
He's speaking
never-
tongues.
I've never heard of. I've never heard of Carbondale either. Have you guys heard of that place?
I have not.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Billy's from, which part of the world he's from. No, I mean, yeah, no, that's another good way. People can find out who you guys are is through merch.
Right.
We have our merch, listeners. You guys have been busting my balls about it. Oh Jesus!
Can't find. I'm trying to get this
Yeah,
picture
like-
pulled up. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know why I'm so worried about this, but
So do you?
It's fine.
Yeah, I know you guys took a little bit of a break, and you got college and all that stuff. Do you guys have any shows planned for the foreseeable future, or are you just trying to get back into that?
we play at the Pumpkin Festival for sure. That's the only one I know for sure. We play at the Pumpkin Festival on the Friday night, the last Friday night of the month, or the last weekend of the full weekend of the month. It'd be the Friday night of that weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that is our main goal is to be. Well, I think our main goal is to be playing up towards Cincinnati. I'm going to Miami. He's going to UC. So that Cincinnati Oxford Bridge area, our goal is to like get a bunch of stuff. Actually, tomorrow I'm planning on calling a bunch of places up through there, looking for opportunities. But that's ideally where we would like to spend most of our gigging time.
Yeah, that's kind of why we've held off on shows around here. Our thought process over the summer was, on weekends where we'd be playing, shows we didn't really want to play, like, whether it's a private party or a lame bar gig that we didn't really want to play. We figured we'd spend our weekends, or that time we would be playing out, recording music instead and getting that material out there for when we make the next step. Because, we were planning on getting shows, out on the western part of the state. And so we've kind of, just stayed away from shows around here. The Pumpkin Festival is always fun, so we had no problem doing that. But that's kind of why we hadn't scheduled a lot of shows over the summer.
Yeah. Now, Miami down there in Oxford, I mean, now granted, it's been 20 years, 20-some years ago since I was down there. It was a cool little party campus.
I feel like there's a lot of cool, more intimate, like, show opportunities up there.
And Cincinnati, I mean, as Modog said in the chat, Cincinnati, he's a Cincinnati boy. It's really come around the last several years, and they've got some nice venues down there for opportunities, especially around UC. I mean, they just got the new big down there on the river. I can't remember what it's called. Modog, you might be able to help me. It's like, I don't know. It's a big, giant venue for music. So, I mean, the opportunities are definitely out there, especially if you guys are willing to travel. I mean, because all around, Central Ohio area, even up into Cleveland. Cleveland's really starting to come around, especially in the rock and, metal-ish genre, kind of that genre of music that encompasses all things rock. They're really starting to come around and doing a lot of big things up there.
And we had a couple opportunities in Cleveland, I think. Didn't we, at the time when we were going through looking for a bunch of venues?
You know what? That's true. I am willing to. You know what? We need to
Tour.
We just need to we need to just you and me need to spend some time maybe tomorrow and just write down by name all the venues that we should play at and call every single one of them.
But yeah, we had some opportunities, but being in high school, we're kind of limited, parents,
limits what
and stuff like that. Just it's like, do they really want us to go to Cleveland to some random place that they never heard of and play music? It's like we got lucky going to Mansfield, but the one time, but for the most part, we weren't allowed to do a lot of that stuff, so it kind of it limited us a little bit. But now that we're graduated and kind of chains a little loose, and we can do a little more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, and yeah, there's depending upon if you want to travel and all that fun stuff, and we've got venues here. I'd be willing to send you guys some information on a couple venues if you up here if you wanted to check them out.
Yes, please. Actually,
I may actually. Well, there's no may about it. I'm going to actually talk to some friends of mine that are in a band that are gaining some popularity to put your name out there as maybe potential openers if it's something you guys.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely appreciate that.
Please, yeah.
We will travel. We have no problem.
We have no qualms anymore.
Yeah,
we'll go wherever.
I don't think we've opened for a show where the headliner was like, "Damn."
Huh?
Yeah,
what'd you say?
I'm so confused.
I enjoy music a lot, and I don't know what it is. What's that?
No. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
What did you
I was
say?
gonna say, I enjoy your guys' music a lot. My girlfriend, she likes you guys. So for some reason, some people value my opinion. I don't know why, but they do. So.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah. It really is. I'm confident that what we do is good. I'm confident that what we do is listenable, and that people will listen to what we have and want to listen to more. And so I think that it's just a matter of finding the right people at this point.
You just got to get the right ears and eyes on what you guys are doing. And that'll come with, like you guys said, with being in high school and stuff, you're limited to what you can, what you can and can't do, unfortunately. Now you are graduated, and you can kind of explore more avenues and do more.
Right.
Being a little bit older, it's probably, I don't know if you guys ever ran into this issue. Being a little bit older, it's probably easier to get into some of these venues.
Right. Yeah, and it's a lot of them don't know how old we are. Didn't know how old we were. Like, we didn't tell anybody from the mothership that I was 16. Luke was 17 at the time. We didn't tell them that because we didn't want to get turned away.
Hey, Gage was, and they loved us too.
Yeah, we had they
I think they did.
Messaged us a bunch afterwards, to come back and
message them.
We'll be back one day, mothership. We promise.
Yeah, we will be back. But
we're coming back. Please, if you'll have us, please have us.
Yeah, and it was in Mansfield. Trust me, they didn't care how old you guys were. I ran around Mansfield when I was younger. I didn't grow up too far from there, so it's
well, they somehow knew anyway. I think my dad told him he was or something, but the guy was like super cool about it, so it didn't end up being an issue.
Yeah, Mansfield's a special place. It's one of those special Ohio towns.
Yeah.
What they don't know won't hurt. House, Madison Theater, Blind Lemon, Mansion Hill Tavern, the Mockbee, and the Ovation Entertainment Destination.
I already copied and pasted all that into my notes so that I have it for the future.
Yeah, just right across the.
I've been curious about this. Is the appropriate way to reach out to venues like that to just call them, cold call them, or is there something else?
I mean,
the way I feel about it.
I don't know the appropriate way, but I'm kind of in that boat now because I want to get out into the community and do more things and do more live shows in my community, in my immediate area. And that's kind of my mindset. I'm just going to show up or just call them and be like, let me talk to the guy that's in charge. We
could just show up, Luke, one day, just take a ride around Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky and just, just start walking indoors and
burn some of them CDs and drop them off.
Right.
Go old school like they used to do for radio play, man. They would drop their demo tape off to the radio station and say, "Hey, please play my music."
Right. And but I do think calling is definitely better than emailing, even though emailing, You know, you can be cordial and you can be all fancy with it.
You're
They
professional.
just have the ability just to ignore you and not answer you, and then you're just left on a cliffhanger. And I think that's happened to us a couple times where we just don't get a reply at all, and it's just like annoying to have
coming
that
from
happen.
somebody
So,
who has a hard time checking their email too. It's easy for that stuff to get lost. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And they
we have
probably,
missed show opportunities by failing to check our email.
Oh, I'm terrible.
especially when you're like a big business like that, and they probably already have a super filtered email box. Like they really only disregard most stuff, and they only look at, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So calling or showing up in person is probably the best idea.
Well, I mean, and I'm a nobody. It's not like I'm getting a million emails from potential guests beating my door down. I get a lot of junk emails, so a lot of times I don't pay any attention to my email. I've missed.
Right.
It's like a month later, I'll see an email about a potential guest, and I'm like, "Oh shit, my bad." I don't know if you're still interested or something, but I do the same. I do all my branching out on Instagram for guests to this show. So worst case situation, they say, "No, we're not interested right now."
Right.
Okay. And you just, all right, well, we'll contact you later on down the road. Or they'll come to you down the road. You guys, get out and start doing more shows. And they like, oh, man, we turned this band down 6 months ago. We should reach out to them now. Now they're in that hot seat, so to say, where they have to make the phone call.
Right.
Yeah. Oh no, we're going to school out towards Cincy. We actually live in like southeastern Ohio, in the middle of nowhere, a town called Barnesville. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's rural out there. A lot of trees.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's nice, but I think all of us wouldn't be against getting out and expanding their horizons a little bit. So.
No, I totally get it. I'm from a small town in Ohio myself, and I couldn't wait to get out. It's sometimes you have that feeling, and in your bones that you're bigger than where you're from.
Billy. Sure. Thanks, Billy. Appreciate it.
Oh, there you go, Modog. You guys need a photographer for talking.
Oh shoot. We do. Like we actually do. We don't have a lot of good like publicity of us playing live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a big thing too. Like, not only just photos, but like videos too of us playing, and not just like playing the cover songs. Nobody wants to hear us playing the cover songs. They want us to play our music and see what kind of energy we bring with that kind of stuff. And we have failed to get that kind of material.
The only time we did it right was Leave. If you check out Leave, we killed that shit. That was the coolest experience.
Because you knew a guy who's like a professional photographer. He's like goes with touring bands, and we did really good, cool promo for that.
Shout out Trey.
But we do need good shots of us like live in the midst of performing. So send us your email, Modog.
Yeah, Modog is a fantastic photographer. I mean, he's a little old and senile, and sometimes wanders around in his underwear and takes pictures of downtown Cincinnati and eats macaroni. But other than that, he's great. Can I drop?
Yeah, it's just flushed band most places. Instagram, Facebook's flushed. TikTok's flushed band, right? Is it flushed dot band, maybe?
Yeah, I think Instagram's flushed dot band. Facebook's just flushed. I think YouTube's just flushed, and then Spotify's just flushed. So
yeah, Modog, I'll send you a link. I have them tagged. I don't know what social media you're on, Modog. I have them tagged in all of our social media as well, but I'll get a proper link.
I might be able to drop it in the chat here.
I might be able. That's what I was thinking. Maybe I can.
I'll beat you to it.
Yeah. Is your guys' link tree up to date?
Probably not.
Not completely. I mean, it's a little bit, but like
this is probably what I'm saying about how we are so behind in the social media marketing. We man.
I mean, I think all of the socials are up to date. Like we haven't changed any of our socials, so it should all be the same.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
looks
that's
like-
true.
You got Deathbed and Leave on there.
Yeah, a little
Which is valid.
behind because those are the first 2 songs. If you don't count the one we deleted.
Yeah. What was that tune?
Modog, I'll have to get you a link. Like I said, I've got them tagged in all of our socials.
Billy's into the music. I'm glad you're liking it, Billy.
Thank you, Billy. Yeah, seriously, thank you, Billy. I'm glad you like it.
No, it's like I honestly was surprised because I didn't know what to expect when my girlfriend told me about you guys, and I was like, "Oh, there's some young guys. I don't know what they're gonna play." And then I started listening to the first couple songs. I was like, "Oh, I did not see that coming at all."
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, man, they really killed Purple Rain. Check out their original stuff.
It's a little different than Purple Rain, yeah.
Like I don't know what any of their original shit is, but Purple Rain's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah, I will say that's one of probably all of our favorite covers to play. One of them. I enjoy playing it. I think it always warrants a good reaction from the crowd, and that's always a good thing when people are, like I said, people are into your music. That's always a good thing. So, Purple Rain is definitely a fun song to play a cover of.
And covers aren't bad, especially if you got one that you really enjoyed. To record your own version of it and throw out there for people to listen, and it'll draw them in, sucker them in, and then they like, oh, well, I'm here already. Let me listen to their other music.
Right.
Maybe that's a good segment. Luke, what's your favorite cover to do?
Oh, my favorite cover to do.
All time.
Shoot. Purple Rain's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's always fun. Specifically, when we did Time at the Pumpkin Festival that one
Yeah,
time,
that was pretty good.
awesome.
That was really
good.
That was so much fun. That's like burned into my memory. I like when we do Bridge of Sighs. That one's cool.
I think specifically our version of Season of the Witch.
Yes.
The regular
So
version is
good.
not like
So good.
anything to write home about, but like our version is so much
The
more
regular
fun.
version's good too.
It's good. It's good, but like
Jonathan,
it's
bro.
different than ours, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big empty
Big
STP.
Empty. Yes.
Every time. It never fails to be as tight as possible.
I also enjoy Killing in the Name
Yeah.
because that song shows that's so energetic when we play that song. It's just so much fun every time. We're all playing as loud as we possibly can and just having a good time.
Sometimes the crowd kind of will, if they're not feeling it, it'll ruin it for me. But
Yeah,
I
right.
love
It's
when
one of those songs you got to have the crowd into it, or it's completely.
no, I'm
just not
talking
enjoyable.
about. I'm about to say sometimes they'll ruin it
Oh.
for me, but I love to play Nights in White Satin. I love that song. It's a cool vibe. But if like nobody cares, then I feel like
It. Yeah, no, for sure.
For sure. We don't do Barbie Girl, Dog, but we have tended to cover some Chapel Roan.
I was
Yeah,
about to
we do
say,
some Pink Pony
some
Club.
casual
We have done that
shit.
before, so
No, Pink Pony.
We've sold out before we've
Dude,
sold out.
The middle-aged ladies yearn for Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
yeah, that always gets a good reaction for sure.
We get.
You better watch out. The cougars are out there hunting. You better be careful.
We played Pink. One time, a lady asked us to play Pink Pony Club, and we did. And then I feel like every other show we played after that, some old lady would come up to us and be like, "Hey, I heard you guys play Pink Pony Club." And so we've kind of trapped ourselves. Man, my dog is barking about something.
We bait them into giving us $20 to play it, but we'd probably play it without the 20.
Yeah, right.
Hey, don't say that now. That's
I like when we play casual more. Nobody cares about that song, but I like.
But yeah, it's a fun one to play. Modog, we're probably most active on Instagram. If I had to choose Facebook, also, I mean, either one would be fine. But
I'm gonna
Instagram's
start
probably
collaborating what I post on Instagram with the Flush Band.
yeah, for sure because you have a lot larger following than the band
Yeah.
does. So
Luke, believe it or not, is very deep into the theater scene. You should ask him about that.
No.
Very deep.
Doing
This
some
is-
musicals.
Yeah, it's a new development for me, but yes, I am.
Hey,
I am.
ain't nothing wrong with it. I am a big
No,
fan of.
there's nothing wrong. It is a beautiful art form that I never really appreciated until I got out of high school. And
What's her name?
what?
Always a girl involved. You didn't appreciate it until you got out of high school.
No, that no, that wasn't it. But I think it was because it wasn't until out of high school that I really got exposed to like really incredible shows.
Yeah.
And that really like helped me see the beauty in the art, and it's so cool, and it's helped me grow as an artist, as a performer in a lot of ways. I used to be pretty, I mean, I'm not the most extroverted guy ever, but I used to be pretty slow to speak on stage. Like I wouldn't say a lot. But that's been improving. And I'm not a very outwardly, I've always done most of my expressing through music. And so I'm not a very like outwardly expressive guy, but I think acting and singing on stage like that has kind of helped to get that out there. And that makes a more engaging performance for people who want to watch.
Absolutely. Billy asked, who did the voiceover on Who Do You Love?
Who do you love? The voiceover.
we're talking about like,
those are different mega church pastors. Those are clips from different mega church pastors, different specifically corrupt mega church pastors.
Yo, Q's tapped in.
What up, Q?
Oh shoot. Hey, Q.
Billy, you should check out Leave and then ask the question.
No, you actually shouldn't ask that.
That's the real one.
That's not it. No, it's thanks, Gage. Appreciate that.
Maybe you didn't hear. Pink Pony Club, yeah. Glick's panties. Oh wow. Oh,
You guys
CCR?
like-
I love CC. We play a mean
Green River. Oh,
Run Through the Jungle.
Run. Yeah.
Play a mean Run Through the Jungle.
Real mean.
Oh, Lord,
That's-
Billy.
that one's
I'm
fun.
gonna-
I like this.
Now I'm
one.
gonna.
I do like that. That song always hits. I didn't mention that one. I love playing Run Through the Jungle.
That's a
so
great
much fun.
song. I mean, that's a even if you don't quite get the message behind it, it's still a great song.
Yeah.
Right. Another one I like to play is "Break On Through"
Yep.
by the Doors.
Yeah.
That one's
It's kind of
really
brutal
good.
for you though.
It's hard for me. It's very difficult drum part. Not even difficult. It's just like I need a lot of stamina because it's quick and it's long. So it just like it takes a lot of time to get used to playing that for sure.
Max got stamina for sure.
When you guys do,
What'd you say?
I said you have stamina. You get through it.
Yeah.
when you guys do these covers, do you try to make them kind of your own, or do you try to somewhat mimic the original?
I think that just the way I feel like we do have a sound, and I think that everything kind of ends up having our own spin on it to some degree. I mean, some songs are obviously kind of hard to change too much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that I feel like all of them have a very flushed flavor to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Like
We have a unique play style, and I think it definitely reflects in our music for sure.
Mhm.
Bob Seger.
Bob Seger.
I do like me some Bob.
We do
Seger.
play Turn the Page, or we have played Turn the Page, and it's kind of like a mix between the
I was about to say that.
Metallica
Yeah.
and the regular Bob Seger version. It's like a hybrid between the two. It's like not as heavy as Metallica, but it's not as slow as Bob Seger's version. So
Nice little happy
that one was
medium.
fun when we played that one.
I dig it. You guys are cool, man. I hate to get ready and wrap up here. It's been a lot of fun talking to you guys and getting to know you guys. I will definitely be reaching out to have you guys back at some point down the road.
For sure. Like, this has been a great time. Thank you for having us.
Down for that. I shout out to my girlfriend for telling me about you guys and lining this up. I know it took a little bit, but I understand busy schedules.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. But yeah, we appreciate you having us on. We had a good time.
Seriously. Yeah, it's been great. And shout out to MoDog for giving us the inside scoop on where to hit up for shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, MoDog's right down there in that area. He's right across the bridge. And like I said, he said he shot you guys a message on Instagram. He's a fantastic photographer. So
Hell yeah.
he's just awesome.
Yeah, we would love to have somebody shoot some stuff for us.
So before I let you guys go, anything you want to promote, throw out there, let the people know? Obviously, we got your social media, Flush Band. I've got you guys tagged and everything so people can find you if they follow us. Anything else you guys want to throw out there?
Just that stuff. Check wherever you listen to music, look up Flushed. We've got where everything's put out. I am going to, like I said a little bit ago, I'm going to start making sure to collaborate a lot more with the Flush Band on my own personal account. So maybe look up my account because that's a little more active if you want updates on stuff, which that is
Flush Luke, isn't it?
Flushed Luke on Instagram and on TikTok, which has a little bit more followers. That's LDT._.06.
But yeah, just keep your eyes peeled for the future because
Yes.
we will definitely be releasing some stuff in the near future. So anybody that's listening, drop us a follow on social media and just keep your eyes peeled for future music because it'll be coming in the near future for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Absolutely. Last question before you bounce. Come on. What you got? Well,
Actually, yes, we did.
We did.
No, we're
we
bad.
have
And we
self-image is very, very low.
We wanted to warn people.
Yeah.
I heard a Porta John joke about Flush just the other day by my peers. So it's real.
Wow.
We asked for this life, really.
Yeah. Did it to ourselves, so it's okay. We'll accept all the jokes.
Like we're just already we made it so easy that when people actually don't like our music, we know what the criticism is going to be. We know what they're going to say.
Right.
True.
Yep.
Playing chess.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, no, that's like I said, it's one of those things that just sticks with you, you know. So no, you guys are awesome, man. I this is cool. One of the cool things about this is in a little small way, we get to kind of go on this journey with you guys. You know, hopefully get you some new fans and watch you guys grow and watch you guys expand. Obviously, you're leaving your hometown and now you're going into the big cities. You know, and you know, we get to be here and watch you guys, not necessarily from the start, but early on. So one day I'll be able to go, I remember those guys back when. Now they won't even return a message.
Yeah. We'll put you on, Glick. We'll put you on.
Everybody,
All right.
We appreciate
it. Thank
you for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
And
absolutely.
I'm happy to come on in the future for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Oh, definitely.
anytime.
We'll pull up to the Saturday night thing.
Doors always open. If you guys are sitting around bored on a Saturday night and you see we're live and you want to jump in, jump on in. But buckle up because it's a little out of control.
All right.
Man. All right. Love you, dude. See you in the morning or tomorrow. All right, guys. You're welcome to stay while I do my spiel, or you can drop down either way.
All right. Sounds good.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Check out guys' music. Yeah, maybe we can hook up and get. There you go, Modog. Maybe.
Hey, thanks,
Get you some-
Modog. We appreciate
Thanks, Mo Dog.
Appreciate all listening. Chatters Box, you guys were awesome tonight. Billy, always welcome. Everybody in the Chatters Box, thank you so much. Check us out, bio.link/nonsensical network. If you're having a hard time finding these guys, well, I made it super easy for you. Follow us, find them, they're tagged. And I have to tell you guys this because apparently now we have it. We have merchandise. So go buy it so that I have to do more work than I already do. Hit us up on the social medias. We got the shirts and the cups. I can't wait to get some made and see how they turn out. I think they're going to be really cool. And hit us up on the socials. We'll give you guys the detail. Just point away. Reacts tonight. I don't know. Tomorrow night I am back. I got SK Morton hanging out with me in Glick's Comedy Lounge, and then I don't know what's going on the rest of the week. I run this place, but I have no idea what anybody does around here. So again, shout out and thank you to Gage, Max, Luke, Flushed. Check them out. Give them a follow. We're gonna wrap the show up with it's a long one. Oh God, now my buttons are going crazy. What am I wrapping it up with? I think it's Deathbed.
I sit here
Yeah,
darkness.
So very.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until after I downloaded it. I was like, Jesus, that's a 7-minute song.
Yeah, it's actually a zip bomb.
Nice.
Oh, the song.
So we're gonna hit these buttons and get the fuck out of here, guys. Best of luck to you. Can't wait to see
Thank
what the
you.
future has for you. And thanks again.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
We appreciate you.
Have a great night, guys.
You too.
You too.
Yep.
fighting over words I never said. When he takes my hand to the promised land, all my fears will leave me. Somehow all this pain is sure to end. Without you, I am numb. Without you, I don't wanna be without humility. Laying on my deathbed, fighting over words I never said. When he takes my hand